This Civic Media podcast is sponsored by UW Organ and Tissue Donation. Organ donations are desperately needed, and now is the right time to become an organ donor. Talk to your family. Get the dot. Save lives. Go to heroicdeed.com.
This is your WMDX Daily News Roundup for Mad Radio 92.7 FM and 1580 AM in Madison.
For 92.7 WMDX News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. Protesters were arrested when they interrupted a UW Board of Regents meeting. It happened yesterday on the UW-Madison campus. At first, about 50 demonstrators were silently lining the walls of the meeting. Student groups who organized the action say they want the UW system to divest from companies they say have a financial stake in the Israel-Gaza conflict. UW-Madison police say eventually the protesters started chanting, and they arrested 19 of them, leading them out of the room. Within about 90 minutes, they had all been released. Students from both UW-Madison and UW-Milwaukee were part of the demonstration, advocating for Palestine, according to the student groups who organized it. In the spring, both universities had protesters camping on campus grounds, which led to policy changes. Authorities say no citations were issued, but that could change in the future. Dane County is now advising departments to get accounts on Blue Sky. The social media platform has seen an explosion of users, especially since the election, now that the owner of Twitter, Elon Musk, is in President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet. County Executive Melissa Agard has a Blue Sky account, and she's encouraging other departments to get one too. County offices stopped using X, formerly Twitter, last year because of increasing hate speech. Agard says adding Blue Sky will increase communication with the public. And the state employees who oversee campaign finance compliance want to triple the size of their team. Until recently, local clerks collected campaign finance documentation from municipal candidates. But the legislature passed a new law requiring the Wisconsin Ethics Commission take over. The commission says to pull that off, they'll need more people, therefore more money. The agency is asking for an additional $5 million over the next 2 years to hire at least a dozen more people and get more office space. The Senate has passed a bill that would ensure inventions funded by the federal government wouldn't be manufactured in countries of concern. This is a bipartisan effort between Wisconsin's Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin and Vice President-elect Republican J.D. Vance. Under this bill, when people create new inventions using federal money, they could not go on to have these manufactured in what they call countries of concern. Those include Russia, China, North Korea, and Iran. Baldwin says this would create jobs and boost our economy. The bill now heads to the House of Representatives. And the Wisconsin State Capitol is now ready for the holidays.
3, 2, 1, 0.
The holiday tree at the Wisconsin State Capitol is now lit. Officials held a ceremony to flip the switch. For the second year in a row, the tree is from Rhinelander. Last year, the Burke family from Rhinelander saw that, hey, somebody right near them had their tree chosen for the state capitol. And they realized, you know what? We've got a good one, too. They reached out to the Capitol's superintendent of buildings and grounds, and the rest is history. The tree is decorated with ornaments from Wisconsin students, celebrating that our state park system turns 125 years old next year.
We ask students from around the state to create ornaments that reflect what Wisconsin's natural spaces mean to them and how Wisconsin park system reflects who we are as a state and our shared history.
The state capitol has decorations for a variety of holidays. Fun fact for Seinfeld fans, there's even a Festivus pole. And the holiday train is headed our way this weekend. Here's Jimmy Kuska.
For the 26th year, Canadian Pacific will be sending its holiday train across North America. Over the next few days, people in Wisconsin can enjoy lights and music as the holiday train rolls through the state. On Saturday, the train will cross into Wisconsin from Illinois with shows in Sturtevant and Caledonia in the evening. On Sunday, the holiday train will make stops in Wauwatosa, Heartland, Oconomowoc, Watertown, and Columbus. The train will then go through central and western Wisconsin on Monday. The holiday train raises money for local charities and food banks and also brings awareness to food insecurity in area communities. It's free to attend each stop, but it's asked that people going to see the holiday train bring food or money donations to help stock local food pantries. Musical performers at the Wisconsin stops this year are Tierra Kennedy and the Lone Bellow. You can find out more information by visiting civicmedia.us or by visiting cpkr.com and tapping or clicking on Holiday Train. For Civic Media News, I'm Jimmy Kuska.
And Wisconsin's biggest ski swap is this weekend, so if you need some outdoor gear, now's your chance. The Hoofer Ski and Snowboard resale starts tomorrow. You'll find skis, snowboards, boots, anything that fits their outdoor sporting guidelines. The sale's tomorrow and Sunday inside Varsity Hall. All proceeds go to the Hoofer Ski and Snowboard Club. I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. You're listening to 92.7 WMDX News.
The Packers lose to the Lions. Hi from Ford Field in Detroit. I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Lions kicking a last-second field goal to win 34-31. It was a back-and-forth game all night. Detroit jumping out to a 17-7 lead. But in the second half, Keyshawn Nixon intercepted a Jared Goff pass, and the Packers offense scored to take the lead. Head coach Matt LaFleur.
Thought our guys did a good job coming out the second half, kind of getting the momentum by going down, scoring a touchdown, hitting the big play to Christian, then defensively getting the takeaway and converting that into points. But ultimately, I thought we just started, especially on the offensive side of the ball, too slow.
So the Packers are now 9-4, but running back Josh Jacobs, who scored 3 touchdowns, thinks they could face the Lions here in the postseason.
Yeah, we're going to see them again. We're going to see them again. That's the beauty of it all. You know, take these feelings, process them, and go back to work.
NBA, the Bucks are in Boston tonight to play the Celtics. College hoops, Marquette hosts Wisconsin tomorrow at 12:30. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Are you a fan of undead hordes? Listen up. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is offering a free trial of the game December 13th through the 20th for multiplayer and zombies. Not quite sure what that means, but they sure sound fun to pretend to shoot. The game will have new maps with names like Hacienda and Nuketown Holiday and feature new weapons. Activision says the game has already broken sales records in the first 30 days, and the free trial is expected to hike up profits even more. Things are really heating up on The Masked Singer. The quarterfinals are in the books, and Goo's identity has been revealed. It was LA Rams defensive tackle Kobe Turner. Jenny McCarthy guessed the identity of Goo, who narrowly lost to a character named Strawberry Shortcake. Folks, if you are not watching this show, drop everything you're doing and keep not watching. In Nothing to See Here news, superstar Taylor Swift was named the #1 most streamed artist on Spotify for 2024, according to Variety. That makes 2 years in a row for the pop icon. Swift songs pulled almost 27 billion streams. She was off to a good start when her album Tortured Poets Society racked up 300 million streams in one day and 1 billion in the first week. When playing a legendary character as the lead in a movie, it is probably a huge vote of confidence to get the person who you are portraying's endorsement. Timothée Chalamet plays Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown. Dylan recently took to social media to say that he is sure that Chalamet will be completely believable in the role. If Dylan had actually said those words, it would have sounded like Chalamet. Chalamet is already getting Oscar buzz for his portrayal as Dylan. A Complete Unknown opens Christmas Day. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie have a new show that they say will be as unforgettable as the first show they did together, called who cares? The duo is collaborating again for Peacock's new show, Paris and Nicole, The Encore. The short 3-episode series drops December 12th on Peacock. Following in the footsteps of Ross and Rachel, Barry Keoghan and Sabrina Carpenter are on a break after dating for a year due to rumors of infidelity on the part of Keoghan, who apparently has been hooking up with a TikToker, probably someone who got famous lip-syncing Carpenter songs. The influencer's name is Becky Hill, and she has 4 million followers on OnlyFans, which is somehow 5 million more than I have. People assume infidelity is the reason they split, but maybe Carpenter finally saw Saltburn and hasn't stopped vomiting. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Partly cloudy and warmer today. We'll get to right around 30 for a high this afternoon. The wind west at 5 to 15. 19 tonight, partly cloudy. 43 tomorrow. Will be sunny with a high of 48 by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Temperature now, 16.
That's your WMDX Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at mad.radio. The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.